afternoon garage. So I'm looking to put the lid on the project, and so what that means is, well, now we get to refinish this. So this is a Targa top for the, of course, the top, and well, gonna have to refinish it. It's looks like it's got lots of spray adhesive on it. There's some parts and pieces that are missing, so I'm probably gonna have to either get those or learn to live without them. And boy, this is one of the last things I need to do to be able to take the car out and, well, drive in this kind of weather in Oregon here. So anyway, let's go to the bench, check it out. Shouldn't be too bad, just kind of want to recover it. We did the Targa top seals in a previous video. And well, let's get started on that. All right, there's the Targa top. So it's in pretty good shape, you can see. Basically had some tears on the top, and you know, I'm not seeing a lot of corrosion. I am seeing a lot of glue here, and there were some covers that kind of fit this, and I don't really think I'm going to put them back on. I'm just going to refinish the frame. Probably just put it in the black epoxy, and then take off the weather strip here, take off the gutter rails here, and upholstery should come right off and go right back on. Well, we'll see how that works. I have an original looking material for the top here, and yeah, let's zip all these screws out. Of course, I'll be replacing those with stainless steel screws, everything that goes back in here, so we don't have a little rust problem again like we did. And yeah, should be pretty straightforward. Alright, I got it down pretty far. You can see my webbing is torn here in several different places, and I don't really know what this is, what kind of webbing this is. From what I see, it just kind of looks like heavyweight vinyl. So I think I'm going to be using that when I put it back together. Another thing is, there's these nut plates that just kind of start appearing here that are underneath this. This is going to be not a small project. Alright, so I got all the fabric stripped off this frame here. Boy, this is kind of an ugly project here. So I didn't really realize that there was so much involved as far as, you know, these panels up here, and well, everything's riveted on. So to get started, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to first dip these in some acid, strip them back, and then probably going to rethread these because the screws I could find were 832, and this is a 4mm screw in there. But I was able to find some really nice stainless socket head screws that are countersunk that'll fit the brackets really well. So I think I'm going to change those, and then I'm going to use some double cap rivets here. That takes a special tool to put those on, and take this outside, kind of wire brush the rest of this off, and for the webbing I'm going to use this, it's like a 2-ply thing. It's kind of a outdoor weather type upholstery, so it's got a fabric on the back and a fabric on the front. And this will be just fine, especially compared to the webbing that was on it. I'm sure it'll do much better than that, and it's about the same thickness. I think I'm ready to go. Alright, I found a little problem with the latches. So you can see that, well, it's got this little deal that kind of plugs into there. That one's perfectly fine. This one's actually, this latch is missing a post. I don't know if you can see that, so I'm going to have to get probably a new set of latches. I want the shorter ones anyway. So, and you can see what happened here. So this kind of broke right on the edges here. It's kind of splayed out. And it's just a matter of time before that thing's going to break completely. I know that Redline will sell you a part to replace this, but then you're going to have to drill all the rivets out and pull this whole thing apart. I really don't want to do that. So I think what I'm going to do is I found a piece of steel tubing, and I'm going to simply cut maybe just a ring and then kind of just press it onto here to kind of keep this whole thing together, because it just kind of looks like it's a matter of time before they all break. So probably have to slot that a little bit, bring this in, probably put the handle on, and then of course get a new handle because that's not going to work. And then put a little ring on there and press it in there. Should hold pretty good.
One hour later.
Got all the panels kind of refinished. Notice that there was another crack on this one, so I fiberglassed it, and it'll be just fine that way. So it's kind of misshapen. Kind of definitely want to make sure that these have all the kind of the same arch. And well, let's get it back to the table and put the brackets on, and then stretch the whole thing out and get ready to put our webbing on. So now I'm taking this whole thing apart. Now I realize that there's tons of adjustability in this thing. Both these little clips here that kind of latch onto the frame can move wherever they want to move. And so that means these panels can go this way or that way. The important thing is that I think is to have consistent gaps in the front and the back, and the depth will kind of take care of itself. One thing to note is that when these clips are on, you kind of want to get underneath and then like look at them, shine a flashlight up there and make sure that they're flush. And what I would do is start with the center and don't involve these yet at all. And then start with the center and then get the front kind of aligned, and then go to the rear and push that bar, and just kind of flexes back here like that. Oh yeah, one more thing. It's kind of handy to have a bar to spread the thing, to spread the bars apart as far as possible. It just happens to be it's 24 inches. So what I have is I have a exactly 2 foot level. This is exactly 24 inches. It has rubber rubber ends on it. It's perfect, and it keeps this keeps the bars apart, and keeps everything kind of stretched out the way it's supposed to be. And of course, that won't be a problem when we have the upholstery on it. But when you're trying to set out these little brackets, that's the thing to use. edge tacked down, got the headliner in and everything like that. So we'll just move the brackets out where they belong. Go put this thing in. Yeah, this thing fits pretty well. Latches down evenly, even gaps on the front and the back. You know, it is foldable, so there is kind of some variance up here at the top, but that's really not that bad. Also, you have to remember that I put brand new Targa top seals in a different video, and so you're gonna have to squash those down, and well, that'll take a little time for this thing to seat correctly. You like this content? Got anything out of it? Give me a like, subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for watching.